Jimbo's Garage.
It's Jimbo's Garage.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. Well, we're not in Jimbo's Garage today, but we're in Mr. Peter ZILA's garage today, and we've got something a little bit interesting that I'm interested in, and I'm hoping that Peter's going to be able to explain a little bit about it. We've got the HTP Emperor 200 TLP. It is a stick machine, a small compact stick machine that also does stick pulse and a few other functions, and Pete, needs to explain a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Well, that's pretty good. So you can definitely tell the difference between the pulsing right there.
Absolutely. You can
versus regular.
At 1.2 hertz, you got 1.2 pulses per second. So you have about, I want to say, half a second of the lower current, half a second of the higher current, and roughly it's a little bit less. That gives you just that little moment to let the puddle freeze. If you go vertical up, for example, you don't have to do a Z weave. You don't have to like whip in and out. It's like stacking the material on top of each other without it running or dripping, because it gives the puddle just a split second to solidify.
So how do you know what to set the pulse at for something like this right here?
I had a piece, I had a half-inch plate like this, and then I had a second half-inch plate, and they were torch cut in the field, and the way how they were, it couldn't really be fitted up perfect because some were on the door, and I ended up with like a good half-inch gap between these plates.
Wow.
Of course, that's less than ideal. What I did there is I set the machine to 125 amps, and then I set my pulse frequency to about 1.2, 1.5, and I was able to weld this vertical up with 7018 rod at 125 amp
Wow.
peak pulse without ever breaking the arc, without ever losing the arc, vertical up, and fill this in one pass.
That's amazing.
Now after I had the root pass in, I turned the pulse off and I just welded over it with a regular weld. Just because you have pulse doesn't mean you have to use it all the time.
Right. Exactly.
How much gap you want? Like this?
A little as possible for me.
Half inch you want?
All right.
This is about a half-inch gap.
On a half-inch plate.
Half-inch gap on a half-inch plate. Square root, open root, no backing. And we're going to try to fill this all the way up, not like relighting the arc like every 3 seconds, just like keeping the arc lit while we're going vertical up. Yeah, we got a little carried away, but we got it done. It's before midnight still.
Yeah, I gotta say, that was really something. That was a really big gap to fill, but that was kind of fun doing it. And the machine really showed that pulse function was able to bridge that gap, and like I said, that was pretty cool. But hey, there it is. We got it done. Peter, thank you so much for giving me the demonstration.
Thank you for
showing
coming
me all
here.
about the HTP InverArc 200 TLP for the awesome machine. Thanks for watching.